I have really been having a tough day today. I was supposed to do a lot of work. That was the plan. But we're also getting ready for our girls' trip. And you know how it is with a bunch of women. We're trying to plan things. And just the uncertainty of everything really stressed me out. And not only did it stress me out, it really stressed me out to the point where I just didn't feel like I could function well. So I gave up on work and I hit Marshall's for some goodies. I needed a new top, but what I got was mostly dog toys. I'll show you at home. What I really need right now is just to go home and hide on the couch under my blanket. And here are all the things I got on sale for the dog. They won't last him long, but one can hope. Aren't these just the cutest? And these are the 2 books I ended up with. Usually I can't even find them. But I stop by here as often as I can to desensitize myself. You know, small steps. There was a time back in the day where I wouldn't be able to stand here. Good morning on Wednesday. It is time to get this week's cleaning started with the dishes, as always. And here it is, all done. Hey guys, today is Thursday, which is the day that we're leaving on our girls' trip, and I still have tons of things to do. There are a couple of things that I must do, but there's still a long list of things I was planning and hoping to get done today. One setback already is that I slept in. Well, only technically. I had a very short night yesterday, woke up at 5:30 and couldn't go back to sleep, and last night I went to sleep later than I hoped, and again woke up at 5 a.m. I was determined to go back to sleep this time. I tossed and turned for maybe an hour or even more, and then I slept until 10. Of course, I didn't get going right away, but I do have my laundry on, so that's happening. I've had my breakfast and coffee, so let's see what else I can get done. I'm going to make 2 lists here, one for the things that I must get done, and one for the things I'm hoping to get done. Of course, my hopes are usually unrealistic, so these things may not happen. For the musts, I have to pack, and I need to wash my hair. That in and of itself is not bad. But here are some things that I really wanted to get done and planned to get done today. Now, does this look like a long enough list? Do you think I'll be able to get it all done? Honestly, I'm not sure. Theoretically, in my mind, getting all of this done should take about 2 hours, but theory and practice are 2 different things for me. Of course, the moment I turned off the camera, I realized there were a few more things I needed to add to the list. I did add dishes, the sink, and watering the plants. This should be it. Starting in the kitchen always makes me feel good, but before I do anything using water, I want to sweep the floor while it's still dry. Sweeping the floor in the kitchen also involves sweeping the floor here in the hallway, and as I've mentioned for the last couple of weeks, really needs a good wash in here as well. Prepping the floor, meaning picking everything up and putting that away, and then sweeping here in the kitchen as well as in the hallway took me about 13 minutes, and you can definitely see how much the floor needs to be washed. So if nothing else today, I'm definitely washing the floor in the kitchen and hallway. However, before I can get started on the floor, I need to finish everything that's going to splash around, which means washing the dishes. And also on my list is deep cleaning the sink and the drying rack over there. There's not much in here, so let's get that done really quickly so we can get to the floors. Look at that, all nice and clean, just how I like it. Okay, I think it's time to finally check some things off the list. I did get the laundry done. I did finish the dishes and the sink, which was deep cleaned, and some other things were cleaned as well. That also means that I did the counters. All of that in the kitchen took me about 30 minutes. So far, I've used a little bit over an hour of the roughly 5 hours that I have, but I do want to reserve 2 hours for my must-do list. Let's see how much more I can get done. That took a little bit over half an hour, but while I was doing the floors, I was taking breaks to deep clean the litter boxes as well. So I've been going outside and working on that, and then coming back to keep working on the floor here. All in all, that's not too bad. It's after 2 p.m. now, so my time is running low. And while I was at it, I finally cleaned out the cooler from the last camping trip. All right, the final thing I'm going to commit to doing here is sweeping and cleaning up in the living room, because it does need it very much. I wish I could have taken the time to wash this floor as well, but unfortunately, that's not happening. All right, I've definitely made a difference in this room as well. It's not looking too bad, although it's not perfect. And honestly, I wish I could have washed the floor because it does really need it, but I've been saying that for a month. What's another week? This took me about 20 minutes to get done. All right, my time has run out. I need to start focusing on my must-dos right here. But let me go through and check off all the things I was able to get done. I did take out all my recycling. I did sweep everywhere. I didn't wash the floors in the whole place, but I did wash the floors in the kitchen and hallway. So I'm going to give myself credit for this. And I did 2 extra things that I didn't have on the list originally. I cleaned the litter boxes and I cleaned the cooler. And finally, we went off to enjoy our girls' weekend. We spent time relaxing on the beach, doing late night walks on the boardwalk, and some of us even braved welcoming the sunset on the beach. We went out for fancy cocktails and delicious food, and even some late night partying. Ocean City, Maryland was a lot of fun, and we're definitely going back. We spent one of our days visiting Assateague Island to see the wild horses there, and I think everyone enjoyed that very much. It was definitely something on my must-do list.